Josh Snowback today talking about what I think the world calls dash pass, right? So the quarterback's going to set up in the pocket for half a second and then escape to one side or the other. So here we're drawing them getting out to the right. We didn't run it. I've always been really interested in it because I think it's easy on the O-line and it's really easy on the quarterback, or easier making those deep throws a little bit shorter. So go through it and then show the film. I have North Texas doing it. They did a great job this year, and then University of Washington from 2 years ago. So what is dash pass to me? To me, it is a tag off of flood or a post crosser or something like that, a variation of flood. For the quarterback, a couple different ways to do it. The QB can set up for half a second and then almost naked out, right? We're going to touch the C gap at 10 yards, just like we do on nakeds. And now we're going to read this thing top down. Up front, super easy. Okay, we're going full slide away. So the O-line's full slide away. You can smoke a cigarette. Great play to hide a bad offensive line. The tight end, wherever he is, okay, or we're going to try to seal, pin, hook the defensive end. Running back wise, you're going to run a shoot with him. Okay, so shoot, we're running out of bounds at 5 yards. He's your flat control. If you get nickel pressure or some sort of edge pressure, you have a couple different ways to deal with it. He can become your hot throw, or you can tell your back to take any edge pressure, okay? So it's up to you either way. I like running flood off of it. Normal flood rules, how you run it for me, right? The only change from the other flood I talked about in the past is now we're going to take the post component off of the storm route. I did a whole other video about storm, right? Double move vertical. Take the post off of it. So now the outside guy is going to run any sort of double move vertical. He will be your first look for the quarterback. Your split route or your intermediate route on your flood, however you teach your flood, will be your second look. And then just like all top-down reads, right, your flat component becomes your third look. So I have the low cross drawn on this one. North Texas actually did hit it. I didn't think it was possible. They did hit, or he dropped it, but it was open and he threw it, whatever. The low cross. Some teams do quick game here, right? We've seen that. University of Washington did that. So quarterback will one step it. If the quick game's open, he takes it. If not, then we get to this part of the play over here. I don't like that as much because I think I don't really want to throw a hitch or a 5 yard out or whatever when we're saying this part of the play is being much more prolific against zones, right? So you're kind of not complementing the weakness of this play. So this play is not as good against man, right? Depending on how good that kid is in your man matchup. If you like that man matchup, it's a great way. You have a bad cue, sprint to it or dash to it, right? Protect it. And now we're throwing just a one-on-one double move vertical with that guy. Okay, so if they end up taking away, they end up having a really nice high-low on the flat defender with the split route and the shoot route. Like I said, you can do whatever you want with the X. Here I haven't drawn as a low cross. I would probably keep it, whatever your normal flood rules are, keep it because the ball is probably not going there anyways. So no reason to add another layer when the ball is not going there. As I talked about in a different flood video, anytime you condense the flood side, then the storm, the post, whatever you have your outside guy running, now converts to what I call near pylon. So he's pushing up at 15 yards. He's breaking to the deep pylon. Okay, the spacing is not great on this drawing. The split route, the flood route, whatever you want to call it, the corner route will remain the same. Everything else will remain the same. It's just your outside receivers now running a pylon route. So that gets a really nice 3-level now, high-low. Great play against zone. Will be nowhere to go against man. So either you check it against man, have a man run, whatever you want, but everything else will remain the same. Love this play. Easy throw or easier throw for the Q. Easy if you have a bad offensive line to get the ball outside, right? You don't have to protect. You're putting that pressure on your tight end to get the seal block. So really impressed with these guys at North Texas this year. They did a great job. Super efficient. I think they're like 3rd or 4th in the country in yards per play. They did a great job overall. So, but they're really good at this play. So a couple different looks. Now they kept the post route on. What I'm saying is either condense it and have them run near pylon, or have them run double move vertical, because the post route will never ever be thrown. But we see really good look at the protection. So that nickel came, you'd have to ask yourself a question. Do you want the running back to take it in protection, or does he now become your hot route? Good look at the quarterback, what we're trying to do here. Okay, quick game step, 1-step drop, and then we're going to end up running what we do on technique on a naked, right? Touch the C gap at 10 yards, running it back downhill. right? So the routes don't change. We should already probably have some sort of flood installed. We're just kind of changing how we're getting there, making it a little bit easier protection-wise, right? We don't have to sit in the pocket for 5 seconds. Good to do out of stacks to promote zone, right? We probably want this out of zone. Really good look at the split route here with like a better ball, obviously, it's a catch and run touchdown. But another great look. Motioning to it. All sorts of things you can do here. Look at the running back on the flat, okay? We're telling him a shoot route, run out of bounds at 5 yards. This is a little shallow here because you don't end up getting the displacement between him and the quarterback. They're too tight. So you want to end up being a 3-level flood here of some sorts. I like what these guys do a little bit more, okay? Because tight split, that post, that storm, whatever you're doing on flood, all now automatically converts to a near pylon route. Great zone play, bad against man. But you're hoping with tights, maybe with checks, however you want to do it, motions, you end up getting into a true now 3-level flood route, right? You something high, something running out of bounds at 25 yards, and then a flat component. Here they take the easy hitch route. I mean, the corner's about 18 yards off there, so I get it. But I would probably have him do something else or tell the Q not even to look there. Because I'm trying to promote the ball going to the flood side. It's much more prolific if we get that really soft zone coverage, which we want. Good look up front. Okay, up front, really easy, running full slide away. So easy down for those guys. Tight end, it will be the stress point here. We just have to get outside number of the defensive end wherever he is. So obviously we want him packed in there with like I'm going to be a communist here, 6-eye, right? Vince Lombardi kicked me out of the bar, but 6-eye, C-gap defender, we want a little bit tougher against a D-gap defender, okay? And then if there's 2 off the edge, we have to get out of it unless you're running back to take it or throw off that guy. Another good look here. So it just makes if you have a quarterback with a weaker arm, right, I get to roll to it, to the deep throws, makes it a little bit easier. Really nice spacing here of a true 3-level flood. What we're looking for, we want zone, we want bunches, we want tights, we want motions, all that sort of thing. I have the pylon route happening deep. I got something running out of bounds at 20 yards or 25 yards, however you want to teach it, and then I have my flat component by the running back. Freaking perfect spacing here. We missed the throw by half a step. But this is a perfect look at what we're trying to create. But we see also the stress point here, right? The stress point's going to be on a tight end, tough block. I do like the idea of motioning in because now I can maintain, just tell the tight end, just line up outside shade wherever he is. Okay, there's no reason to pack it in the box. If he's a wide D end, then I can now motion in and be a little bit wider. If he's tighter, I can be tighter. So I do like the motion and tight end into it. Helps. So now you can always kind of guarantee yourself to get leverage on that guy pre-snap. So it's something we never did. We probably should have, right? Give the offensive line an easy down and be able to still be explosive going down the field. Perfect freaking spacing again. This is awesome. It becomes a little bit tight when you start, getting inside of 40 spacing wise. Obviously, we want the ball on the back pylon just to promote even more vertical space between those guys. But we see, I mean, that's pretty damn good right there. So they're trying to find easier ways to throw the ball downfield, not have to sit there in 7-man pro and protect. Get athletic guys on the run. So I think this has a great application in high school. Same thing, motion to guarantee leverage. Full slide away. Tight end, nothing comes. Now we can just seal the edge. And now we can chunk it and dunk it to the back pylon. Quarterback's reading this top down like we do on all floods. Stress point again, right? That's gonna be the issue. Can your tight end handle the DN one-on-one? He's a little bit too loose here on trying to get the outside number. But we end up throwing the ball hot. So this is definitely my favorite variation with a tight split to get the near pylon. But that's true on all floods, especially on this one though. Okay, when I roll into it, makes it easier. Gives you 3 legitimate options instead of killing one. Unless you're gonna run the storm vertical option, which I think is good as well. You could also run post crosser. Don't like it as much now because now you're down to 2 looks here. Same sort of thing. You're gonna kill. You're not gonna be able to throw to either of these guys down here. So you're basically now only going flat to crosser. Okay, so not heinous, But I think there's just better ways of doing this. But I did want to show you an example. Same thing though with most of these. If you don't have the storm vertical route on the outside against man, you're going to be in trouble. There's really going to be one place to go with the ball in man, like the low cross has to win. Here's running more of a high cross, right? Because now we have post crosser, but we get the point. So overall, great play. A couple different ways to do it. Try to give you a couple different options. I know I would run it the normal split variation with the storm as a double move vertical. Take the post option off like that. If you have a really good receiver you want to roll to, or go tight split, run on the high pylon, but only do that against zone, so you have to have some sort of man check. Right? Great plays, easy downs for your offensive line, makes it easier in quarterback. Just gotta get the tight end right.